Hello everyone, welcome back to YK Reviews. Welcome back to another weekly entertainment news video here. Lots to go over, sequels, casting announcements, plot details on various different projects. So without further ado, let's just get into it here. Now, before we get started here, I just wanted to say rest in peace to Lance Reddick, who was just a tremendous actor, was in so many great projects, recently in the John Wick 4 movie, and just shocking news here that he has passed at the age of 60, still so young. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Lance Reddick here, rest in peace. And with that being said, first of all, welcome to the weekly entertainment news video here. Like I said, tons to go over, so if there's anything in particular that you are interested in or you want to hear more about, timestamps will be in the description down below. I want to apologize that I'm so behind in terms of uploading here when it comes to videos that I'm doing. Long story short, I'm recovering from COVID, not getting any luck here, hopefully on the mend with the medicine, but hopefully videos will be starting catching up too. So definitely hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out. Really do appreciate all the support here. But let's get into it straight away with the first news story here. So news broke that the movie Fall, which released back in August, I haven't done a review on it here. I actually just watched it a couple of weeks back on Netflix and just found it like a bland movie. It wasn't that great, not really intense or suspenseful or anything like that when it comes to the actual movie itself. However, this is coming from the deadline here and it's confirming that the full sequel is in the works after the vertigo-inducing thriller has become a surprise Netflix hit. Now, if you're wondering what this movie is about, essentially in the Fall movie, two friends start climbing up this 2-foot phone radio tower pole and are basically trapped there and have to figure out a way to come down. But as I mentioned, honestly, the movie just didn't feel as suspenseful. Some of the decision makings that they were doing were very dumb for me here. Just all around not a great movie for me, but I get that it's on Netflix. Once word of mouth spreads, people are going to probably want to watch it more, but I'm very surprised that because of all of that they are going to develop a sequel. If you've seen the movie, you know what happens at the end there. I won't go into any spoiler territory or anything like that, but I'm confused as to what they could do in the next movie, whether the characters are going to climb up another tall pole building or anything like that, especially because it's pretty stupid to do the same thing after the traumatic experience that you receive in the first movie here. However, I am genuinely surprised because it even states here that the film grossed 22 million after being made on a 5 million budget, and in terms of looks wise, aesthetic wise, it did look pretty decent. You can tell some of the CGI is very heavily in effect, but overall aesthetically the movie did look pretty good. But also from the article here, it's also showing that the co-founder James Harris has confirmed here that we've got a couple of ideas we're kicking around. We don't want to make something that feels like a copycat or less than the first one. So either they are going to use different characters, different actresses, similar to the 47 meters down movie where it's in the ocean, or if they are going to go for the height in terms of a different building, different atmosphere, different scenario. I guess it could work, but I just feel decision making's dialogue does need to improve a lot if the sequel does want to be better than the original. But let me know your thoughts, your opinions down in the comment section below. First of all, if you've seen the full movie, what your thoughts are on that, and the sequel, if you're excited for it, if you think you'll watch it, let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section below here. Now, for the next news story here, this isn't complete concrete confirmation here, but there is a potential of a Smile 2 being in the works here. Now, this is coming from the Hollywood Reporter here, indicating that the Smile filmmaker Parker Finn, basically the one that created the Smile movie, has signed his first look deal with Paramount and an exclusive deal here. He made his filming debut with the movie Smile, a movie that, I'll be completely honest, I haven't seen yet. I've heard such great things about it. My wife watched it, recommended it to me here, and it is one of the movies that I am going to be checking out. But this basically is coming, as I mentioned, from the Hollywood Reporter here, and it's basically confirming that Parker is expected to write, produce and direct features in the horror genre. The studio would love a Smile sequel, but it's not clear what Finn's next movie will be. Again, a movie that I heard really great things about, and for me, based on the trailers too, it just looked like a creepy type of movie here. Two movies that I think are very underrated in terms of horror genre was The Barbarian and Smile, from based on what my wife's thoughts are and reviews I've seen about the movie too. So I really like the direction and the look that the movie presented when I saw the trailers, and something that I feel would be a very interesting sequel. Lots of things to explore again, I'm basing this all on my like wife's review to me when she like reviewed the movie to me. I am genuinely excited to see what Parker is going to be able to do here now that he's got like probably a bigger budget to work with. If it's not going to be a Smile sequel, then maybe a different type of horror genre movie. But I am excited for his work here and pretty excited to see what potential horror movies they are going to be producing. I'm a huge fan of horror genre type movies, so I have got my hopes up with Parker Finn and his future projects here. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section down below. Would you want to see a Smile sequel? Were you happy with the first movie? Also, your thoughts on Parker Finn being signed to Paramount? Please let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below here. Now, from sequels to casting news updates here, we've got casting news in terms of the Gladiator sequel. If you weren't aware, the Gladiator movie, which came out back in 2000, had some really great lines. A movie, I'll be honest, again, I have not seen. I've seen parts of it here and there, but I've not officially seen the whole movie as of yet. But we have got some casting update here coming from the Deadline. It's confirmed that Denzel Washington is being reunited with Ridley Scott on the Gladiator sequel at Paramount here. And again, I've heard such great things about this movie here. I think that with Denzel Washington, this could be a very, very great sequel. Such a long time now too, especially after the first one coming out in 2000. So 23 years since the original movie comes out. If people are still interested in this, I'm not 100% sure, but I have been wanting to watch The Gladiator for a very, very long time. My dad loves this movie. He's been like telling me about this movie as a kid, wanting me to watch it. I've just not had the chance to. Like, it's always slipped from the back of my mind. But one movie that I definitely do want to check out, especially since they are in the works of making a sequel here. Let me know your thoughts, your opinions in the comment section down below in terms of the casting choices, if you've seen the original movie and what your thoughts are in terms of the sequel. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below regarding that one here. And next up on the news story here is we've got some interesting news in terms of another movie coming to Netflix. We've got an article here coming from the Deadline basically confirming that Oscar Isaac, Andrew Garfield, miagoth are the top choices to star in Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. That's coming on Netflix. Now, Guillermo del Toro did a fantastic job with the Pinocchio movie. If you haven't seen it, one I highly, highly recommend on Netflix. So much better than the remake that they did it back in Disney with Tom Hanks. But this one was just so fantastic. And this is an exclusive coming from Deadline here. It's basically following his big animated feature Oscar win for Pinocchio on Sunday, Guillermo del Toro is getting close to finding his next live action film. Sources tell Deadline that Andrew Garfield, Oscar Isaac and miagoth are in early talks to star in Del Toro's Frankenstein on Netflix. Del Toro will write and direct the pick. Insiders close to the pick caution that Del Toro is still working on the script. No formal offers have been given to any actors, but sources add that he has met with all three and each are on board to star. And Netflix has also declined to comment. Now for me, so the fact that they haven't like confirmed anything just yet, I do have huge hopes because, like I mentioned, Del Toro did a fantastic job with Pinocchio. I do see Oscar Isaac, Andrew Garfield, miagoth being really good choices for a Frankenstein movie. Now, Frankenstein hasn't always been like a great hit. It's such a old character back in like, I don't even know when, to be honest with you. Like, I've grown up hearing about Frankenstein movie stories. Every single movie always does like a parody of it here. But I do see Oscar Isaac, after watching him in Moon Knight, I think he could be a very good choice to star in Frankenstein, whether he's like Frankenstein the monster or the scientist. I see him more being Frankenstein, Andrew Garfield being the scientist. miagoth also is fantastic in like the horror movies that she was played in. So I think this could be a very perfect casting, perfect like blend of actors and director. And Del Toro, I have such praise when it comes to like his direction. It's just coming from the Pinocchio movie. So I'm very excited to see this project. If you told me that there's a Frankenstein movie coming out, I probably wouldn't have given it any notice. But the fact that it is Del Toro writing it, potentially having Oscar Isaac, Andrew Garfield in it, I actually have got high hopes for this and I'm actually genuinely excited about this. So let me know your thoughts, your opinions in the comment section down below. Are you excited for this? Would you check it out? Please let me know your thoughts here. Now we take a complete U-turn from Frankenstein to Doctor Who. I've mentioned in a previous weekly entertainment news video here that Doctor Who, I'm a huge fan of that show. Did dip a lot in like the last couple of seasons here, but I've just been such a huge fan watching the reboot in 2005 growing up, we've actually got some interesting news coming out of Deadline here, confirming that Doctor Who's spin-off details has emerged, as Russell T Davies says episodes of new series is one of the greatest things I've ever made. It has been confirmed that a spin-off which is featuring Gemma Redgrave, who is basically playing Kate Stewart in the Unit. If you're not aware of that, a unit is basically like the army in the UK in the Doctor Who series here. So it looks like that a spin-off will be based on military research organisation Unit and will star Redgrave as Kate Stewart, BBC sources have confirmed. And this is coming from basically the fact that Disney Plus has made a deal with like Doctor Who and the Who universe, and they want to expand everything, basically going through the route of Star Wars and Marvel, which I'm a bit hesitant about, because like when Russell T Davies did initially take over back in 2005, he made some really great like spin-offs after Doctor Who. So you had the Doctor Who, you had Torchwood, you had Sarah Jane Adventures, you had some really great spin-off series there. But with Disney, it's all about quantity over quality. Now I know that they're going to try and lean back on that now after the MCU debacle and all that kind of stuff, but I'm really hoping that these spin-offs are as strong as like the old spin-offs like Torchwood and Sarah Jane Adventures. But I actually have got high hopes, because that Disney Plus has now made a deal with Doctor Who. It's going to be appearing on the Disney Plus outside of the UK, which is good news for me, because as I mentioned, I'm living in Canada, so I have easy access to Doctor Who on Disney Plus. And the budget has also increased. Now if you haven't seen any episodes, the quality, the CGI, the visual effects do look fantastic in the early days, and like even a couple of like seasons here as well. But now that the budget has increased, I'm very excited to see what Russell T Davies' vision is going to look like on the Disney Plus platform here. But in terms of this spin-off too, I'm curious to see what they could be doing with it. Expectations are a little bit low, but excited to see what they can come up with when it comes to this spin-off show regarding Kate Stewart. Let me know your thoughts, your opinions. If you're a Doctor Who fan, what your thoughts are in terms of like the spin-off series here. If you're excited about it, if you're hesitant about it, let me know your thoughts, your opinions in the comment section down below regarding that. And now we move on to one thing I'm very, very excited for, is we've got confirmation here regarding Jason David Frank's final film, The Legend of the White Dragon. Now if you're not aware of this isn't a Power Rangers project, but this is a separate project that he was working on just before he sadly passed away last year. We have got confirmation that the movie The Legends of the White Dragon is set to release in the fall of this year. It's coming here that the release will coincide with what would have been the 50th birthday of the actor and martial artist who tragically died of suicide in November of 2022 at the age of 49. So we're looking at around October, November time frame for this actual project itself. And if you want aware of like what the actual details or the plot of this movie is, here is basically following Eric Reed, aka the White Dragon, Jason David Frank that is, who after being a fugitive on the run for 3 years has returned to the city he fought to protect. He must now clear his name and save the family he keeps in secret before the mysterious Dragon Prime unleashes his own revenge. And like I said, this isn't like Power Rangers related or anything like that, but it's something that like they've shown sneak peeks. There's actually a poster that got released here, which I'll just put up now. And this basically has got me really hyped with what they're going to do with it. I'm very excited to see the look of the movie, the feel of the movie, the trailer that's going to come out pretty soon. So I'm genuinely excited to see what they're going to do with it. Jason David Frank is a really tremendous actor. He put his heart and soul into Power Rangers for so many years. I'm so excited to see this project that he's been working on for a long time and see what they're going to do with that. Let me know your thoughts, your opinions in the comment section down below. Are you excited about this? What your thoughts are about the release window time frame? Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. But as we continue on the White Dragon type of train here, we move on to Power Rangers. As I've mentioned here with the Power Rangers 30th anniversary here with Once and Always, we've actually got some plot synopsis and a new poster that got released here. So I want to talk about the plot synopsis first before we move on to the poster. So it's basically confirming here this is also coming out on April 19th on Netflix too. Something I'm very, very, very excited about. But we've got the plot synopsis here basically confirming that after a tragedy strikes, an unlikely young hero takes her rightful place among the Power Rangers to get revenge on the team's oldest arch nemesis. Now, first line saying after tragedy strikes, so I don't know if they're going to be addressing Trini's death, because the Yellow Ranger, the original Yellow Ranger, did pass away in real life, unfortunately. With the screenshots and like pictures and information that got released here, we see that her daughter will be taking over as a Yellow Ranger. So with tragedy striking, an unlikely young hero takes her rightful place among the Power Rangers, basically could be confirming that they are going to address Trini's death in the Power Rangers in movie life persona, if that makes sense here. And it's going to be her becoming the Yellow Ranger, so most likely we're going to be focusing on that. And then when it comes to getting revenge on the team's oldest arch nemesis, that to me sounds like that it's going to be focusing on ritarepulsa, maybe being the one that caused Trini to pass away in the Power Rangers like movie. Because even on the poster here, and I love the look of this poster, the focus on like Billy and Zach as well, if you look very closely in the background, you see a robotic version of ritarepulsa here. And I mentioned this in the video talking about the Once and Always Power Rangers information once they released a trailer of that. Link will be somewhere around here too. That focusing on like a robotic ritarepulsa and that look there, I am so excited to see what they're going to be doing with that. Cannot wait to see how they're going to implement this, and also how this is going to tie into like everything from like the past when it comes to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the series there. So I'm genuinely excited to see what they're going to do with that here. Now, onto some big DC news here. So, lots to talk about when it comes to DC. So, again, timestamps of everything will be in the description down below if there's anything in particular you're interested in hearing from DC. First of all, we've got some news that came out from Ben Affleck, basically, in terms of like his future in the DCU. He basically came out and just confirmed that he's not going to be working with DC, with James Gunn anytime soon. Doesn't see himself directing, so there was some like rumors going on with him going to be directing the new Batman Brave and the Bold movie in the future. But basically this is coming from the Hollywood Reporter. There's a big article here where he did a big sit down interview, but they asked him, so if DC came to you now and said, do you want to direct something? This is his response, and I quote, "I would not direct something for the James Gunn DC. Absolutely not. I have nothing against James Gunn. Nice guy. Sure, he's going to do a great job. I just wouldn't want to go in and direct the way they're doing that. I'm not interested in that." And yeah, he basically just confirming that he just doesn't want to do anything with DC. But I just feel like maybe his vision and James Gunn's vision just doesn't clash. I'm kind of honestly disappointed, in not in terms of him not directing in the future, but the fact that like we're just not going to see Ben Affleck after the Flash movie again. Like, I thought he did a fantastic job as Batman. He kind of like got me on board over the years when it comes to like his portrayal of Batman. However, just wasn't utilized. That you could say that with most of the characters in the DC in the last 10 years, just wasn't utilized enough. It's a shame, but honestly, like, I'm happy for him and what he's going to be doing. The movie coming out, really excited for that. So I understand where he's coming from. A shame that he's not going to direct anything, but I do get where it's coming from. Let me know your thoughts, your opinions in the comment section down below regarding this. So what your thoughts are about it. Are you disappointed? Are you glad that he's not going to do it? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below here. But from Batman, we move on to Superman. And we've got here a lot of details in terms of the Superman movie has been released here. This is coming from the direct and also from James Gunn itself. And we've basically got here that Superman Legacy tells the story of Superman's journey to reconcile with his Kryptonian heritage with his human upbringing as Clark Kent at Smallville, Kansas. He is the embodiment of truth, justice, and the American way, guiding by human kindness in a world that seeks kindness as old-fashioned. And in his announcement on social media, James Gunn did tease that the movie will push Superman's heritage at the forefront. He basically confirms that. Then a bit less than a year ago, I saw a way in many ways centering around Superman's heritage, how both his aristocratic Kryptonian parents and his Kansas farmer parents inform who he is and the choices he makes. Essentially, he has already confirmed that this isn't going to be like an origin story, an introduction to the character or anything like that. He's going to be Superman already, but we're going to be exploring more about like his background, his Kryptonian heritage, all that kind of stuff. It does still get me excited. I'm really excited. Like, as I mentioned, I can't remember when I talked about this, or I think when James Gunn did make the announcement that I've been dying for Superman to be the front and center, have Superman movies, just focus it all on like Superman, Batman, the core characters of the Justice League. Because growing up, I remember Superman being such a huge thing, being such a huge part of my life. So I'm really hoping that they do start focusing on that again. And I'm excited to see this movie. Really curious to see what they're going to do with that. Excited to get some first looks, trailers, all that kind of stuff. But that's such a long way away. I'm curious to see who they're going to cast as well. So let me know your thoughts, your opinions in the comment section down below regarding that. But we go from Batman to Superman to now Wonder Woman. Obviously, with Gal Gadot, still information up in the air when it comes to that. But we actually have got some information regarding a Wonder Woman. This is coming from Twitter here. James Gunn responded to it. Somebody wrote, Diane is such a character with a rich cast with so much untapped potential and stories. It's beyond past time for it to be explored. Hashtag Wonder Woman animated series. And James Gunn basically responded with, agreed, working on it. So kind of confirming that he is looking to do an animated series with Wonder Woman. He's mentioned that phase 1 or plan 1 or like whatever it was called for Gods and Monsters, the initial phase that he's going to be doing, he hasn't announced all the projects yet. So some of it was just part of like the announcements he has, but he's still got so much more to announce. But the fact that he's going to be working on an animated series for Wonder Woman has got me curious. James Gunn did mention when he did make the announcement that there is going to be a sort of prequel to like the Wonder Woman, where it's basically called Paradise Lost, and it's talking about the history of like Wonder Woman's people and all that kind of stuff. So they are going to have that prequel, but then also it looks like they're going to have Wonder Woman front and center as an animated series. I'm curious to see what they're going to do with that. Actually excited for that. Like I mentioned many times, DC has one of the best animated show series that they've done. Just Batman animated series is like the front center that I've always bring up. Watch that if you haven't, but I'm curious to see and I'm very excited about this. Let me know your thoughts, your opinions in the comment section down below for that one. What your thoughts are you excited, are you curious? Let me know your thoughts on that. And now we've also got some casting update in terms of the Penguin series. So we go from the DC connected universe to outside of James Gunn's universe with regarding Matt Reeves' Batman. So first of all, we got some casting update in terms of Theo Rossi, who this is coming from the deadline. Theo Rossi joins HBO's Batman series, The Penguin. Now, details of his character are being kept under wraps, so nothing has been revealed as of yet. But I really liked him in Luke Cage and Netflix's Luke Cage. I thought he was such a fantastic character there, a really well-rounded performance by him. So I'm genuinely curious and excited to see what he's going to do, especially with working with Matt Reeves. Excited about that. And we've also got some interesting details here regarding another casting update here. So we've got the Penguin has casted the Holiday Killer. Coming from Direct and the Variety, they have revealed that HBO's Max's Penguin has brought Michael Zagan abroad as Alberto Falcone in the Batman spin-off. Alberto is the son of John Teromo's Carmine Falcone, who appeared in Matt Reeves' Batman, Robert Pattinson's Batman here, and he is also going to be the brother of Sophia Falcone, who has been casted by Christine Milotti. Apologies if I'm mispronouncing it here. I'll be honest, Michael Zenga, I've not seen him in any of his previous works there. He's been in a couple of like movies and shows, which I've not seen here. Christine Milotti, I've known her from How I Met Your Mother. She's the mother of Ted Mosby. Sorry if I spoiled the show for anybody there, but she's most famous for playing the mother there. But two really great, interesting characters there. I'll be completely honest, I'm not familiar with the character Alberto in terms of like the Batman archives here, but it's basically confirming that the character is known as the Holiday Killer, and in the comics he targets various gangsters in Gotham on different holidays every month. It is not known if his villain will be going up against Robert Pattinson's Batman at any point. However, just getting more details, there has been a lot of behind the scene footage that also got released here when it comes to like the Penguin series, but it's just building up and looking like it's going to be a fantastic spin-off HBO show regarding Colin Farrell's Penguin. I very am excited to see that. I thought he was brilliant in Matt Reeves' Batman movie. I really loved him in that movie, and I really am excited to see what they're going to do with this. But that about wraps it up when it comes to the weekly entertainment news video. Please let me know your thoughts, your opinions on everything we discussed. Again, timestamps will be in the description down below. Your thoughts and your opinions on everything, and your thoughts and your opinions on everything here. And again, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any future videos. Again, apologies for all the delayed videos that are going to be coming out within the next week or so. Let me know your thoughts on everything as well when the videos do come out here. Really do appreciate all the support here. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. This is Wakira Reviews. Peace.